Hey YouTube, I'm here today showing you how to use if statements in Java. So pretty much what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be incorporating all my other tutorials all into one big project. So this is going to be pretty simple, and let's just jump right in. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the scanner class, so import java.util.scanner, and then we're going to make our scanner object, or scanner variable. Also, real fast, I just want to say that I'm going to be throwing in some advanced terms in here, and that's pretty much for the people that are just recapping and going over, because I got a few messages actually saying that, like, I'm just here to watch the video and kind of go over what what I already know. So I'm going to be throwing in advanced vocab in there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just think about how I did in previous tutorials, and yeah, if you get confused, leave a comment. So now what I'm going to do, make our object, or variable in this case. So scanner, I'm going to name my variable scan, equal new scanner. Remember to put in system.in as our parameters. And basically, yeah, that's how I make a variable if you forgot. Next thing we need to do is we're going to write a string variable. Oh, I'm going to do this up here, up the line above. And I'm going to set this equal to test. Oops. Make it say test. And yeah. Oh, excuse me there. My voice just like cracked out. Yeah, now I'm going to make another variable. I'm going to name it string answer. And yeah. Oh, I'm going to do it like this. I'm just going to put them all up right up here. Hit enter to, yeah. Alright, so now in this video, I'm only going to be showing you how to use if statements with strings. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to use doubles and ints and all other values that, whatever. You just need to know. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to write a line of code telling the user what to do. So, since we're going to be using strings in this tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to tell the user, type in the word test. Alright, there we go. Now, if you don't know how to use scanners, I just want to say, check out my previous tutorials, just because I know people jump around in these kind of tutorials. So, yeah. So now, to set the variable equal to the scanner, we're going to do scan equal, oh my god, what am I doing? Answer equals scan dot next line. There we go. So now, with that line, if you forgot, tells you that this variable right here is equal to whatever the user is going to be typing in that will be stored in this scanner variable, blah, blah, blah. I explained it in my previous tutorial. Just go check it out if you don't know. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to write an if statement saying whenever the user types in, does something. Okay, I'll just wing it. All right, so if, open close parentheses, just so that we can type inside. So if, what's our variable answer dot equals. Now, this is the first time we've kind of seen that dot separator. Now, basically what a dot separator does is when you're calling something called a method, oh, well, we've seen it before right here. Whenever we're calling a method, now, basically a method is anything with parentheses, so we need to put a dot in between whatever we're trying to do. So we're going to say if answer pretty much equals, but the way we use equals with strings is we use dot equals instead of something else that I'll show you with integers later. So if answers dot equals, now, oh my god, I'm sorry, excuse my phone, I didn't mean for that to go off. It just died on me there. Okay, so if answer dot equals, now since we want to say that if this string variable equals whatever, like, you know, a string variable, so we can say if it equals test, like this, or we can just use a variable like we did up there. So now this is where variables come into play. Now I could have had this, like, you know, I'll put these in comments right now, and I could have just done if answer equals test, then do something else. But what I want to do is I want to set it equal to a variable, just because it's good practice for programming. So yeah, we're going to say if it equals this variable, and let me take that out of comments so we don't get an error. Then, so yeah, we got that. So then, the way we use the word then is we put these French curly braces in, and then we encapsulate what we want to happen in these French curly braces. So if answer dot equals test, then system dot out dot println you're a winner. I don't know. Yeah, there we go, you're a winner. So now if we run this code, it will do exactly that. And we'll just let it load. Alright, type in the word test, TST. You're a winner. There we go. Simple as that. Now you might be wondering, well, what if we type in something else? Like, you know, what if we don't type in the word test and we accidentally screw it up? Now, what we can do is we can type in the word else. Now, the way Java and pretty much every other programming language works is there's if, and then there's something called an if-else statement, and then there's or else if, then else. So I'm going to go over all that. So now we're going to use the else if statement. Now Java knows that like these don't, yeah, I can't talk today. Java knows that when we type in the word else and the word if right after that, it's an else if statement. Don't worry that it's just not one word. So anyway, so else if, so we're saying what if this happens otherwise? We're saying if answer dot equals, let's say it's not going to equal a variable, we're going to say it equals, I don't know, the word poop, just because we can. We're going to say system.out.println. Sorry for my keyboard too. I'm going to get a new keyboard and kind of not use my laptop one just so it's not as noisy. I know you guys probably can't hear me over it, so I'm going to type a lot softer too. Sorry about that. Forgot early in the video. So yeah, if, else if, answer that equals poop, then we're just going to write, you're a poop. Because I'm weird like that. Now we can do the word else. So there's if this happens, then run this line of code right here. Else if it's not this line up here, it will jump down to here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it for that. If it doesn't read this line, then, or if it's not correspondent to that line, it's going to jump down to here and say, if they typed in poop, put out that, else, whatever, we can just type in the words, oh yeah, just so you know, the way else works is we don't have to type anything, because we're just saying, alright, anything else that the user types in, it's going to do this. So, else, we're going to just say, system.out.println. Oh, my bad. I cannot type, I'm sorry. I forgot the T in print. System.out.println. PB and Java is where it's at. There we go. Woohoo! So now those are all the three possibilities for if, else if, and else statements. And there's one more thing I have to explain before I run this last block of code. Now, when we have if statements and else if and else, notice how down here I didn't put French curly braces to encapsulate it. I can do that, but you'd only really need to do that if it's more than one line of code. Now, let me explain. So, let's say I wanted to run, like, for example, I can have 2 lines of code right here inside this block, and I can just make it say, like, here, I'm just going to copy and paste a line. Right here, copy, paste. Now, I can do that because I have French curly braces. But let's say I'm only having, like, one line happen, or, like, one thing happen. I don't need to waste my time writing these French curly braces every single time I write an if statement because, you know, it gets annoying after a while. You know, you saw me, it took like 15 tries to just get it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I'm going to tab to make it look organized. And as long as the executable line is right underneath the if statement right here, it will run just fine. So I'm going to do that with all these just to prove to you that it works perfectly fine. And back, tab, and there we go. So now it looks all neat, nice block of code, and yeah, let's run this. So, run our code. So type in the word test. I should probably change that, whatever. Let's say I type in the word poop. There you go, you're a poop. I'll run this again. Type in the word test. I'm gonna, what was it? I'm just typing random words, because I can. And there you go, PB in Java is where it's at. So there you go, that is how you use if, else if, and else statements in Java. Stay tuned, I'm going to be coming back with a bunch of tutorials. I already have them pre-made, I'm just going to upload one every day. And yeah, stay tuned for more.